glad to bring your techniques into our community at the Hydration Solutions Summit. We'd really love now if we could learn to tap.
Yes, let's learn to tap. Absolutely. So let me go through the tapping points first. The first point is the side of the hand, and it doesn't matter what side of the hand you tap on. This is also known as the karate chop point.
Right.
And I'm just lightly tap, tap, tap.
Right. And you know, Jessica, that there's a massive cord of nerves that run right here, that they all roll onto a rope and they run up the side before they branch into the fingers. So you're getting a huge moment, right, where everything happens and sends out signals to the whole rest of the body.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely. The next point is the eyebrow point, and it's where the hair of your eyebrow begins. So yeah, you can tap on both with both hands, or you can just do one. So right where the hair of your eyebrow begins.
Right.
So tap, tap, tap. And then follow the eyebrow until you're on the side of the eye. So it's right on the bone.
Okay.
Then we have underneath the eye on the bone.
Jessica, I'm just noticing, speaking from the anthropology point of view, you know, I have to handle a lot of skulls and so forth. This is the ocular socket you just identified, where the vast amount of nerves come to the surface of around the eye. We have more access to the nervous system in the ocular socket than anywhere else in our body.
Oh, that's incredible.
That's amazing. Yeah. So I'm fascinated by that. So under the eye, wow. So you're hitting the ocular.
You're hitting all of them, really.
8 points. Okay, great.
Right. And then underneath the nose, between your upper lip and your nose.
Oh my God. So that's where the feed comes. This is your main, right. So wow. This is a huge point of nerve coming together from all of your head and your brain. Where did you get these points?
And then, well, I will say,
yeah,
when it comes to tapping, I didn't invent tapping. This is something that I share, but a man called Roger Callahan started this, and then Gary Craig is someone who took these 9 points as some of the most powerful points. You have acupressure points all over your body, but what we're doing here is we're, like you said, accessing some of the most powerful ones. Mm-hmm. So we have underneath the nose, and then we have underneath the mouth, so the crease between the chin and the upper lip. Mm-hmm. Then we have the collarbone point, and if you feel the U-shaped bone and you go down an inch and over an inch on either side, it's between your so it's your collarbone point. You can also use your hand and just tap on your chest and you'll access it.
So I'm noticing that this point in the body activates the entire lymph system. So this bar right here is the dashboard for your lymph system. So now you're hitting yet another system in your body that's run on hydration. And that is helping move waste out of the body. So tapping that is going to be really great.
And for those who are watching this, tap along with me as we talk through this. The next point is underneath the arm, and it's about a hand width from your armpit. I'll kind of sit up a little bit so you can see it. So for women, it's where your bra strap lies.
Okay, another huge 2-point system. That's another large rope where your parasympathetic and your vagus nerve come together. Your vagus nerve axis is there. And by the way, this is a whole lymph system drainage right here. So this is incredible. How many times do we actually do this gesture in our lives? And
in our lives, never.
Rarely do women getting their hands above their heads, huge for breast care. Breast cleanliness. If you aren't getting your hands up there, and now you're vibrating it, so you're actually creating 2 systems at once: a nervous response and a lymph song. Forgive me for interrupting you.
I find this incredibly fascinating. You should come with me as I do other interviews. So you can show the different elements of this. And then the very last point is on the top of the head.
Okay, right. So if you're talking right, like if I take my ears and I lay my hands, my thumbs on the top of my ears or behind anywhere there, and I lay my hands over my head, what I've just laid my hands on is where all of the nerves come together at the top of our head. So it literally is another point in which you have, like, you're at the crossroads of everything.
Yes.
And that's why it's such a revered spot in all rituals. In all, there isn't, the Jews wear the yarmulke over their heads. It's really important. That's a sacred spot. Women often cover their heads, but all the traditions that refer to the crown chakra. These are points that are sacred in every culture. We know them. We know these points, and you're actually hitting them all. Like,
yes. And what's great is that it's those 9 points, and once you know those points, no matter what different thing you want to tap on, you're always using the same 9 points. So just by learning that, just by having this technique, no matter what you're facing, you can then come back to those 9 points.
Okay, let me see if I learned from you.
Okay.
Okay, so first you went to the karate, the hands. Hands, of course, are sacred and they're powerful. They have so many nerves and electronic charges in them. Then you went to the eyebrow point, and you went to the side of the eye, then underneath the whole ocular socket. You went under the nose where everything is draining and all those nerves are coming together there. Then you went to the chin, which really was curious to me because that's all the nerves that go into your teeth, and those are then connected to your organs all over your body. So again, a huge central cross point. Then you went to the
Collarbone point.
The collarbone point. And then you went, one last place was under your arm, lifting your arm and hitting, right, really basically patting the side of your body. Beautiful. Wow.
And then the top of the head.
Oh, and the top of the head. I forgot the most sacred part.
Yep, and then the top of the head. So those are the 9 points. And let's actually have an experience with it now. We know what the points are. Mm-hmm. I think we tend to, when we feel anxiety, it's not just in our mind, we feel it in our body. We tend to hold on to tension. And so I invite everyone who's watching to just, move your shoulders around and take a nice deep breath in. Just ask yourself, where are you holding tension in your body? Is it in your jaw or your shoulders, your stomach, your back? Notice where that is and just measure the tension on a 0 to 10 scale. So 10 is very tight, very tense. 0 is you're completely relaxed. Where are you on that 0 to 10 scale? Take a mental note or you can write it down. And we're going to do some tapping. We always start with the setup statement, which is acknowledging how you feel, acknowledging the problem, and then bringing in some acceptance. Because oftentimes when we are facing a challenge, on top of the challenge, we have an immense amount of judgment around how we're feeling. The moment we simply say, I accept how I feel, I honor how I feel, we really open the gates to honesty, to deep healing, to really processing that emotion. Then you tap on the rest of the points and you give a voice to how you feel. So it's really the opposite of the positive thinking. It's just being honest. I am struggling with this. I'm holding on to this tension. And when we do a few rounds and we begin to feel better, then we can move on to something more positive that helps us relax even more. Mm-hmm. So now that I kind of talked you through what it's going to be like, let's actually have an experience. You have your number from 0 to 10. And let's start together by just taking a nice deep breath in. So just nice inhale and exhale. So tapping on the side of the hand. And Gina, if you can repeat after me, and I invite those who are listening, repeat after me either in your mind or out loud.
I'm going to do it out loud. So
perfect. So on the side of the hand, even though I've been holding on to this tension,
even though I've been holding on to this tension,
I honor how I feel.
I honor how I feel.
And I give my body permission to relax.
And I give myself, my body, permission to relax.
Even though there's a lot going on in my life.
Even though there's a lot going on, too much information coming in.
And I feel this tension in my body.
I feel it. I feel the tension.
I accept myself and how I feel.
I accept myself and how I feel.
Even though I have this tension in my body.
Even though I have this tension in my body.
And this overwhelm in my life.
And this overwhelm in my life.
I accept myself and how I feel.
I accept myself and how I feel.
So eyebrow point, all of this tension.
All of this tension.
Side of the eye, this tension in my body.
This tension in my body.
There is a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
And I'm holding this anxiety in my body.
I'm holding this anxiety in my body.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
And part of me feels overwhelmed.
And part of me feels overwhelmed.
And part of me feels scared.
Part of me feels scared.
And I've been really hard on myself.
I have been hard on myself. I've been hard on myself.
I can feel it in my body.
I can feel it in my body.
All of this tension.
All of this tension.
All of this worry.
All of this worry.
I honor all of these emotions.
I honor all of these emotions.
And it's safe for me to now relax.
And it's safe for me to now relax.
Even before anything changes.
Even before anything changes.
It's safe for me to relax.
It's safe for me to relax.
Releasing this tension in my body.
Releasing this tension in this body.
Right now and right here.
Right now. Right here.
I am safe.
I'm safe.
I am where I'm meant to be.
I'm where I'm meant to be.
I can trust my life.
I can trust my life.
I can trust my path.
I can trust my path.
Releasing this tension from my body.
Releasing this tension from my body.
Releasing it at a cellular level.
Releasing it at a cellular and a sacred level.
I am grounded and I am safe.
I'm grounded and I'm safe.
Okay, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. And simply check in with your body again, where you felt that tension, and notice if you felt a shift, if you feel an openness, if that number has gone down. Sometimes we begin to tap when we realize, oh, actually, I know what's really bothering me. We start to get clear on what to tap on, what to target, and honoring how we feel. How is that, Gina?
Well, Jessica, you know, in putting this summit together, there's a lot to do. And I have felt overwhelmed. And this was such a surprising moment for me to just get release from that and trust that it will go into the world and it will do the work it needs to do to support us and help us. And there was a big shift for me into just, I've been following your work since 2011. And here I am, you know, being led to tap. Jessica, thank you so much. You are a dream creature. You have been a beautiful leader and a voice. And it's so wonderful to share with you what the water molecule does for tapping and with tapping. And I think it's great to share that. And thank you so much for this time.